Hey, all my friends, relatives, and cousins. This is your cousin Leon, and I want to say happy holidays to all of you guys. I'm recording this. This is during the holiday season. So I want to show you guys what I do on a regular basis and my strategy so that hopefully in the new year, you guys can do the same thing. You can learn how to do this. You'll have more time with your friends, your relatives, to do what you want to do, take vacations. So today I'm going to show you my strategy, and hopefully some of you will put this into action into the new year. So the first thing that I do, now let me share my screen with you. I'm going to bring up my screen. Here we have my screen. I always trade the SPY. And for another video, I'll explain why later. But what we're looking at is a daily chart. As you guys can see this D. What I always do is put a box above and below the last daily candle. So the high of the previous day, now this is going to be coming up. The next day is going to be December 24th. This is my on demand. I'm showing you what I did a few days ago on Christmas Eve. So the next day coming up is going to be December 24th. But this candle is a daily candle. And this green dotted line shows you how high it went on the 23rd and how low it went on the 23rd, I'm sorry. So I want to have that boxed in. Since I'm an option trader and I'm a scalper, I want to see whether or not it's going to go higher the next day for me to do call options, or if it's going to go lower the next day for me to possibly do put options. So that's why it's so important to have it boxed in so you're not in the dark. I'm not in the dark and I know where exactly it ended up the previous day. After I have these lines in place, I go down to a 30-minute chart. Now, as you guys can see, this gray area is the overnight activity. So it's overnight on what went on the night before the market will open right here in the box at 8:30 a.m. 8:30, it will open up for me. That's Central Time. So if you're on the East Coast, it could possibly be, it would be 9:30. If you're on the West Coast, it could be 7:30 or 6:30. So look at this, but this is the last 30-minute candle before the market opens. So again, I go with another box, and I want to box that in. So I'm going to box this 30-minute candle in. I put a high of this 30-minute candle, and then I'm also going to put a low of this 30-minute candle. Everything I do is based on boxing something in. That way I'm looking at something and I know what I'm looking at. And I want to break above for a possible call. I want to break below for possible puts. So now it's boxed in. So let's go back down and close this up. And now we can look at, here's the 30-minute candle that I just did. So we want to see where this is going to be. So I'm going to put in my time over here. I'm sorry. Let me go here. Let's go back to the charts. And I have a 5-minute chart right here and my 30-minute chart right here. So again, this is December 24th, and it's at 8:17 a.m. So now we can start this. This is a beautiful thing about on demand. You can use this to practice, and you can also use this to go back to see what you did the previous day and how to make your trading better. So I'm going to start this back up. And let's go to 8:29. It's going to take a second for it to buffer. It's going to update. You see now where it updated. And it just went into 8:30. So here we are in the market. Now you notice that I have my lines in place. I'm not thinking about doing any trading again unless it breaks up or it breaks considerably down. Up for calls, down for puts. This is my put side. This on this left side, this active trader ladder is my call side. So now it's time for me to put in my options. I'm going to put my option in right here. This is a 0 DTE. That means these options will expire today. I'm putting this in for my calls. And now I'm going to put in my puts. I'm putting this in for my puts. Remember, you're not going to learn everything all in one video, but I want to show you my strategy. So now I have my puts on this side. You can see that little P on my right. I'm pointing to it, means puts. Over here, I have the 597 call for calls. Another very interesting thing for you to note is that, remember, I had my dotted line in for yesterday's high. We can already see that it is above yesterday's high. Therefore, my first line of thought is that this could be possibly going up. Now, it could go sideways all day long. We never know. But I'm thinking more right now about calls because we are already above yesterday's high. So that's what I'm looking at as we see this. Now I'm going to take this particular chart and change it to a 1 minute chart because that's my timing on getting in. And I'm going to take this down. This 30-minute chart goes down to the 5-minute chart. Again, as you guys can see, it's still hovering. It's not breaking down for any reason for me to take a put. It's not breaking up higher, any reason for me to take a call. So I'm just sitting on my hands. You don't do anything. You don't have to trade. This is where a lot of people get confused at first. They think they have to trade now. But once you set your strategy and you have it where you're not going to trade at all unless it breaks above here or unless it breaks down here, you're not doing anything. Don't do anything. Just sit on your hands. So now let's move it ahead for that first 5 minutes. It buffered a little bit. It's just updating for us. Okay. So we see here, these first 5 minutes, it still has not done anything. No reason to trade. We're just sitting here. We're just watching. We're just watching to see what happens. Waiting for something to happen. Now, sometimes something could happen within the first 5 or 10 minutes. Sometimes it may take a half an hour or longer. And other days, nothing will happen. You just stay right within this box. But we're just waiting to see if we get a chance to possibly take any action. So as you guys can see, I'm watching this now. I'm watching, we're seeing what happens. We're only at 8:36 in the morning. So only 6 minutes has gone by since the market is open. That is why it's in this black area and it's come out of overnight trading. So now we'll take this to just one more minute up, and let's just see what happens around 8:37. I'm going to move it ahead for you guys so we can see. Okay, it's going to buffer. And look, it's getting a little higher. It looks like it could possibly break above for a potential call. If I'm going with calls, the price would be around 64 cents, which translates into $65 because I'm controlling 100 contracts. So let's press buy. Okay. I just bought a contract, just one. Remember, if we're buying 3, 5, 10, you just multiply that number by the number of contracts you're doing. For simplicity in this video, I'm showing you the one contract. It's showing you now we're only dealing with calls at the moment. As we deal with that, we can protect ourselves. Remember, I paid 64 cents for this contract. I can move a stop loss to protect myself down here. Let's just say down here to 49 cents. That means if the market turns on me and comes back down, the most I'm going to lose would be 15 bucks. I'm only going to be out 15 bucks per contract. So I'm not risking a lot of money at all. But as we see, the market is starting to go up a little bit. So let's just fast forward a little bit more just to see what's going to happen. We'll fast forward to just 8:42 or 3. Okay. Remember, this whole time you're sitting there, now you're watching, you're in a trade. It's broken above the box. It's gone up, and already it has gone up, moved itself up to 95 cents. Remember, I got in at 64 cents. So not only now I can move my stop loss all the way up to even a little bit over break even. Now I'm not worried about anything. Not only am I in the trade, not only am I up, I have moved my stop loss all the way up to much past break even. Now, for simplicity, let me show you. It is only 8:44 in the morning. The contracts are at 99 cents now. I can take my stop loss out. I can go up here and sell. I just sold. I am totally out of this trade. So let's take a look at this. I go to the monitor tab and I see that in this particular trade, it was 21 bucks made. So that was in 15 minutes. It shows $21. Now that is not a lot of money to take home. That is not enough to talk about. But that's money that you've made sitting at your computer. Now, if that was 10 contracts, that would have been $210. Also, let's look at it. That shows that I got in this particular trade at 8:38 and I got out at 8:44. What is that? That's 6 minutes. 6 minutes to make your money. Now you can go the rest of your day. You can either sit here a little bit longer to see if you can place another few trades. You can just close it out, take your profit, and wait for tomorrow. And the rest of the day you have to yourself. This is something that you can do literally for the rest of your life. Once you learn it, you cannot unlearn it. It is there for you every day of your life. You don't have to look for other jobs. You don't necessarily, you can work another job, but you can still do this, make your money, and then keep moving. So this is what's called scalping. I just scalped, made a certain amount of money, short period of time. I do this every day. Again, not every 3 days, not every 5 days. This is just something, this is my schedule, and this is my what's the word I want? My strategy that I use on a daily basis. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope that you kind of see and can get something out of this. Another new year is coming. Some of you, I've been talking to you about this for probably 5 or 10 or 15 years. And some of you have started to do great things. Some of you, I don't know, maybe this is just not for everybody. And I totally understand that. But if you want a way to make money, have your own ATM machine in front of you, learn how to trade and invest and do and work the markets. You have this for the rest of your life. You can teach your kids can teach their kids, and that's how generational wealth is developed. This is how lucrative trading can be. So please like, comment, share. If you'd like personal training or anything like that, please let me know. Have a great holiday season, a great new year, and we will talk to you again soon.